designers, welcome to DreamAloud Art. If you're just coming through and you're just browsing and you're like, what's going on this live? What are these two folks talking about? Go ahead and follow me at DreamAloud Art, okay? And while you're at it, click the link in the bio and subscribe on YouTube so you can see these full interviews, y'all. IGTV only holds 15 minutes. That's it, okay? So to see the full interview, you have to subscribe on YouTube. And while you're at it, follow Mr.Drawmatic. He is pinned in the comment on this live, okay, to make it real easy for y'all so you don't have to search for anyone, okay? So we have a very amazing and special guest today. That is, as I mentioned, Mr. Drawmatic. So, yay, we finally got you on. Okay, so for the people that don't know you, they don't know anything that you do, educate them. What do you do? What do you do creatively? Several things. One thing you focus on. What are your main passions and focus?
Okay, well, as y'all know, I'm Mr. Drawmatic, Lamar Wells. I'm also a professional comic book artist for IDW Sonic the Hedgehog. Okay. For those who don't know that.
Okay, including myself. All right.
I'm working on chapter 2 as we speak.
Okay.
That's about it.
Now, I missed the part because it timed out for a moment. Now, what was this about the chapter 2? It timed out for like 15 seconds or 10 seconds.
Oh, okay.
So what were you saying about chapter 2? That's the part I got back on.
Okay, I said I'm also the creator of Locke, and as of right now, I'm working on chapter 2.
I saw that. There's a stack of cards down there, a little question mark with cards. So if you have questions, you can line up your questions right now. Then when we get to the Q&A towards the end of the interview, we will go through those. Actually, it's probably halfway through the interview and we'll go through those questions, okay? All right, so let's go back. Let's take it back. And it might not be that far back for you, but what has the history been like for you to tap into your creativity and say, you know what, I really think I want to focus on this, you know? Have you always been just intrigued with art and, you know, being in a creative space, period? Or was there more of a pivotal moment for you?
Well, I've been like, I wanted to do art ever since back in the late 80s, like 89. That's when I started picking up a pencil and like going at it. But what intrigued me to do it even way back then was a little cartoon by the name of Roger Rabbit.
Oh, okay. I'm very familiar.
Yeah, when I saw Roger Rabbit, you know, seeing cartoons, you know, merge with reality, I was like, ooh, I like that. I'm gonna try to do that. And then I started drawing from there, and I think after that, the Ninja Turtles was a thing.
Oh, okay.
And I started,
I love the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, and I started drawing those, and my pops, you know, got a whiff of that, and he was like, you know what? I see where he's going with it, even though it's just scribble scrabble. I'm gonna teach him the basics. So he taught me, you know, the squares and circles and triangles.
Really? Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
So he taught me the basics, and I took it from there. And he always sat me down. And when I get frustrated with art, he was like, "No, just take your time. You know, it's gonna look good at the end. Just take your time. Don't quit." And ever since that day, the rest is history.
Oh, wow. Yeah, of course, you know, I was leading to that, wondering what your influences have been and, you know, who's been standing in your corner. Is there anyone beyond your father, or your father has mainly been there to support you?
Well, my parents, of course. All the people in school has been like, yo,
Teachers,
he got it. Yes.
Oh, man.
Even in high school, like I wasn't taught art for real. It was more like embedded in me, but it was just like bring it out. But even, you know, art teachers was like, I don't know why you even in this class. Like, you doing far better than the students that's already in there. And then of course, some of my teachers now, they was a little bit against it because, you know, when you're in class and you're bored, you start drawing, and they be like, hey.
That's where the creativity starts to bloom, is when, you know, when you're in that space of like, you know, you're in your own bubble in that moment, and, you know.
Yeah.
I get it. Oh, trust me, I get it. I was a doodler and I hung out with the doodlers, so I understand. So not all of the, teachers were embracing it, but those that were supporting you and said, yeah, you need to focus on this. Were there any kind of like recommendations for what others thought you should pursue with your talents?
Some people thought I should try, painting. Some folks thought I should try realism. I tried it and I failed miserably.
Wait, okay, so hold on. What is fail miserably to you? What is that?
It's like
oh, and I'm sorry, I meant to tell you this at the beginning. Can you move to the out of the comments, the way of the comments? Yeah,
okay.
That's
all right.
Yep.
All right.
So what is failed miserably? Do
all
tell.
Right. It's like, what realism is to me. I'm more of a perfectionist.
Okay.
If I look at somebody, like say for instance I'm drawing you, I want my drawing to look exactly like you. I don't want no eyes, lower than the other or okay. If I can't get that, I just automatically just leave it alone.
Yeah.
The same with painting. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't have patience. I don't have the patience for painting.
Okay. Respect.
Like I commend painters. I commend them. That's a whole new level of patience.
I'm right there with you because even though you failed, but you learned that that's not for you. That's not for you. And a lot of artists can be really critical of themselves and say, well, if I can't get it to look like, say, realism, if I can't get it to look precisely like them, then I'm just not a good artist. No, I believe it's a matter of finding out what works best for you and then staying in that, stay in that lane as opposed to saying, well, if I can't get it to look like this, then I'm done. But okay, so you gave realism a shot.
Yeah, I gave realism and painting a shot. I never tried abstract. I never tried it. I kind of do. What I know me, that profession is gonna kick in, and I'm like,
okay.
So,
right. Well, that's not for you. I think you have, a ton of supporters who, really back what you do right now. This is, which is, amazing. It's mind blowing. I'm speaking on behalf of those that are not, verbally saying it, but it's really, what programs do you use? Let me ask
I use Clip Studio Paint and Procreate.
Okay, I rock with Procreate. I think that's an amazing program, but I'm still on the amateur level with it because I don't put that much time into it. I kind of just dabble with it and then I get back on DreamAloud art. like okay, whatever. I'll get back to that later. But I have a lot of respect to those who have really honed in on their craft. And how long did it take you? Because you were drawing, you were doing the the pencil, color, whatever your form of medium was, but you were doing traditional drawing. What was that transition like from the traditional to, using programs, computer programs and things like that?
Okay. I think I started back in 2014 when I bought my first Cintiq, a Wacom 22 HD Cintiq. And because I was seeing everybody else, doing everything digital, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I never dealt with Photoshop, period. I never dealt with it ever.
Oh.
And
wow,
I was going going to like dabble in Photoshop, but then I saw the cost of it and all. I was like, yeesh, I can't do it. So
wait, did you ever use Illustrator?
No, never used any of those programs ever.
Okay.
So I heard about Clip Studio, but at first it was called Manga Studio. So I purchased that, which was cheap then. Got that, and I played with it, and that was frustrating. That was frustrating.
Oh gosh.
And
well, what was frustrating about it?
Because transition from traditional to digital.
Oh, that's what you're talking about.
Yeah. I'm like, you're like, so right. And learning all these materials and stuff. I was like, oh, this is something right here. Right. But I think I told myself I'm gonna give it like 6 months, and if I can't do it within 6 months, I'm gonna go right back to traditional. So
I
gave it 6 months, and lo and behold, I got a hang of it.
All right.
and I kept going with it, and then I'll say about a year and some change, I got used to it, and here we are now.
Okay.
But the same thing was with Procreate, because I'm like, okay, I'm gonna need something on the go, because I can't bring that big tablet with me.
Sure, right.
So I bought the iPad and got Procreate, and the same thing happened. I was like, whoo, this feels kind of different. Because
that's my challenge. That's my challenge. It's so slick to me, and I'm like, look, I'm with mine. I keep it close now. I don't use it all the time, but I keep it close. But
this thing
how
was.
did you know, I mean, and that's also a question for myself. I'm just wondering, like, how did you? Because maybe I can tune my mind into understanding the smoothness and the slickness of it. You know, I mean.
Well, I had to find what works for me. Like dealing with the adjustments with the like pens and pencils and stuff like that.
Okay.
And still working with the big tablet, I was like, all right, I got to bring that comfort from that to this, because this is slimmer than the pen that goes on the bigger tablet.
Yes.
So I got the hang of it, and I'm like, okay, I'm good now. I'm straight. So I'm still learning. I'm still learning some things on actually both Clip Studio and Procreate. So
okay, and artists, anyone who's listening to that, okay, he just said he's still learning. All right.
Oh yeah, so I'm still learning.
Yeah, be open to continuously just being open. I think being open to the growth and learning, just constantly learning is important. Okay, you don't just kind of reach a point and you're like, okay, I'm good. So there's always a room for growth, for sure.
Yeah.
They have this thing, Lamar, where it's like a screen that you can put on your iPad when you're drawing, and it creates this like traction that makes it feel like paper. I don't know how I come across that. It was a YouTube video, and I was like, really? Like, oh, okay. Because if you need the texture, then they have, these little things that are like textures. But anyway, I just thought that's my little plug. I learned something, so I was like, oh, okay, let me let you know. All right, so tell us about Locke. Tell us about Locke. Which is exciting. I saw that just recently, and I was like, oh, why didn't I see that sooner? I didn't, look at the link in his bio and everything. So educate us on Locke, where the idea comes from and what the inspiration is, and inform us, please.
All right. Locke was created.
Tell us.
3 years ago. Locke was created 3 years ago.
Okay.
What had happened was everybody was doing a OC challenge, which is original character challenge, where people take their OCs and challenge another OC. I didn't have one at the time. Oh, well, I thought I had one. I had created a Dragon Ball character, Black Dragon Ball character, based off of me, and his name was Leo. And I was like, I can't bring something, even though it's my idea, but I can't bring something from another franchise into something that's everybody that's doing original. So I was like, I got to create something original. So I sat down. And it took a while. And I sat down and then thought about it. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to use myself. And I took, like little pieces from that Dragon Ball OC, Leo. And I was like, I got to still bring my own essence into it. So I'm a Leo.
Why does everybody know this? I feel like people have been posting the Leo emoji. Like,
yeah, I'm a Leo. So I'm like, I gotta put some, I gotta put some Leo essence into this character. So I gave him a red jacket, vest jacket, and put like little lion fur on it, and little buck belt with a lion bezel on it, and all that. And Locke was created. I said, this character is gonna be based off me. And then next thing you know, I was like, he needs a sidekick. And then that's when Sprite came around. And I was like,
oh yeah. Okay. And I'm at my phone right here.
Now Sprite is completely like an inspiration from like Boondocks, Static Shock.
This is just for
Yeah,
folks that don't, they need to understand. Go ahead.
yes, he's the happy-go-lucky, smart guy that's all
Okay.
about that chill. I mean, but don't push him though. He can do his thing. But
Yeah.
he's like the positive, and Locke is, I ain't gonna say he's negative, but he's like I'm about that business.
Just right. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
A
Sprite
yin
is
and a
that
yang between the
balance.
two.
Yeah, Sprite is
Yeah.
that balance. Like, hey, I'm here. You don't have to be like this for real. Just let's think about this and
Right. Okay.
handle it like that.
Little logic involved. Okay.
And then there's three other characters, Silverback, Sway, and Rod. Those other three characters are based off my friends as well.
Okay. Wait.
I
Who
don't.
is this? This is Arla. It says Arla the
Oh,
Pisces.
she was just created.
Oh my gosh. Oh, good gracious.
Yeah, that came off of just off the whim.
Oh, that's
Sometimes I'll think of something and I'll be like, you know what? I'm gonna just create a character and see how would the people react to this character.
right.
So that's how I do characters, and then I'll sit down and think of a backstory or
Okay.
how would this character fit in this scenario or whatever the case may be. I haven't
Right.
came up with a legit backstory for her, but it's
Just
coming.
yet. Okay, well, heavily anticipated. I'm sure. I'm positive it's heavily anticipated. So we look forward to that for sure. Now, I'm going back on some of my favorites because I post this one like I like a story post and then like on my page, I think, or it's in reserve. It's one of the two.
Oh yeah.
So why the inspiration for this? And why the signs? I just noticed
Okay.
that.
They all those females are part of Locke as well. Ayana, Goldilocks, Naomi, April, and Gemini.
So cool. That is so neat.
Yeah.
So
Right. Well, right now I'm working on the backstory of Ayana. She's in chapter 2.
okay. And you're working on chapter 2, right? This is
Yes.
okay, in progress right now. All right. So the only thing that's currently available to purchase is what?
Chapter 1.
Chapter 1. Okay. So have you pondered or had other people suggest other ways that you can use your designs as far as products or merchandise or anything like that?
Yes.
Okay.
Friends was like, you ever thought about, making stickers, or physical copies,
Right.
T-shirts, stuff like that.
Wow. Okay.
And excuse me. And that's in the works. I already did a sample of the shirt. It's not here. It's not here yet because all this stuff going on.
Oh, a shirt.
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
Because I'm looking at companies to print the shirts and see how the quality is.
Right.
So I just did one for right now just to take it through the test of like washing it and see if it the stuff will fade off or whatever the case may be.
Okay.
I did do a sample of a physical copy of Locke.
Oh, really? Wait,
yeah.
a physical, wait. Okay, let me relax. Let me hold on. I'm about to get hyper. Let's chill. Oh, snap. Oh, hold everything.
Yeah.
Nothing like a hard copy. Oh my gosh.
So.
Oh my goodness.
It costs to do physical copy. So, but when all this is over. When this corona stuff is lifted up and everything,
yes.
I'm gonna order a big stack of them and sell those along with prints and stickers and everything else I can put in there.
Okay, so just viewers, just so you know, Mr. Lamar, okay, also known as Mr. Dramatic, and I are in the same state, okay? We're in the same state. So I'm over here like, throw a copy my way because I'm so well. I'm excited for y'all. You know, that's the whole purpose behind like RTA, respect the artist and everything. Because I mean, I'm hyped. You know, I'm hyped for you, and I think that's fantastic. Even when you had mentioned clothes, I am huge on clothes, and when I look at it, then I'm like, oh my god, like I could rock that. You know, if it was this, if it was that. You know, yeah, that's kind of where a passion of mine is too. I had my own clothing line years ago with graphic shirts and everything. So it's definitely a thing. But I can see that on the t-shirt. I'd be the first one in line.
Okay.
For sure. Okay. All right. Well, I'm excited for you, and I'll be, you know, hopefully, and I'm sure it'll pop up. If it doesn't pop up on my feed on Instagram by you, it'll pop up by someone else about, you know, chapter 2 and all that. So let's get going. I really feel like we need to get going with the questions because we got 8 questions lined up here, and
okay.
I want you to have some time to answer them. So
okay.
Thanks for the first go round, just answering some of my questions. But let's see what our viewers want to know. All right, let's look. Oh, okay. Here's okay. I knew this kind of stuff would happen. All right, but I'll put this one out there. Semi-decent artist says, "Why are you so awesome?" This is see. I was like, you know, before we started and before you answer that, okay, I almost gave a disclaimer and just said, you know what? All right, I want everybody to just relax, take a deep breath. Before you ask any questions, just inhale, exhale with me, okay? You can't sign and give you an autograph through the IG Live. Don't ask for autographs. But any feedback you want to give, or even just a shout out to semi-decent artists.
Oh, okay. Shout out to C Night Comics.
Oh, okay.
Mike the Design, Obi Games, Super Mega Dopey Dope.
Okay, that's my last interviewee.
Who else? It's a lot. Of course, J-Tune. Of course, him.
Oh, yes, J-Tune.
Yeah,
He was an interview too.
I
He's
really
part
like
of the
his
RTA
work.
family.
Yeah, I really like his work.
Oh, good. And I want to remind you that once I have the IGTV video done and it's posted, if you will drop in the comments anyone you think I need to be put onto. You know, yeah, just anybody you think I need to be put onto who, you know, I love when people introduce me to new folks and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like where has this person been all my life? So yeah, if you could do that, that would be greatly appreciated.
I think I have one, and she's a local.
Okay, I'm with it, but that's just a heads up. So that was Semi-Decent Artist that had the question about, you know, why are you so awesome? But anything you want to say to her in response to that?
Well, if she's free, you might can get. I don't know if you interviewed her before. Artist Jazz.
No.
Her name is Jasmine Mills.
Oh, okay. Look, people are commenting, so they are familiar. It looks like
she's a local.
Okay,
and she's really good.
Where is she in Virginia?
Yes, she lives around us.
Okay, this is a side conversation. All right, let's get back to that, the viewer's question. So shout out to Semi-Decent Artist. So we appreciate your question about his awesomeness. Okay, so let's see here. All right, Caleb VVS. How long did it take you to get that good?
Oh my goodness. Oh man.
Right now for
like
sure.
I said, I've been drawing since 1989, 5 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So I just told my age.
Yeah. You know, I mean, I think it's all in the amount of time that you're willing to put in, you know? Mm-hmm. It really is.
I mean, it has been once I stopped drawing. Like, I quit drawing for a year.
Did everyone, you know what? Let me write that down because I feel like every artist I talked to took a hiatus. Like, they just disappeared or they just stopped for like X amount of time. I did the same thing. Go ahead. So,
I stopped.
A period of time, how long?
I stopped drawing for a year. Because I thought I won't get nowhere with it. I was like,
a year.
Yeah.
Mine was about 2, almost 2.
Yeah, I was like, this ain't getting me nowhere, and I'm tired, you know, because I used to draw comics on my own. Like I
Right.
always, every summer, I said I'm gonna do a comic that's the start of the summer and finish by the end of the summer. By
Right.
that time, I done 100 pages every summer. That was like in the late
Woo.
'90s. I'll do
Mm.
that, and
Mm.
then like after high school, I let's say I kept going with it, and then
Right.
like 2011 to 2012, I stopped, and then I just one day I was like, you know what? I want to work for Archie Comics.
Mm.
And I picked that
Mm.
pencil back up and I made an account on DeviantArt.
Oh,
And
snap.
then just started drawing a lot of Sonic work.
Right.
And just to see how people would react to it. And people was like, yeah, I think you should,
Right.
you know,
Okay.
sign up for Archie. Then my girl, she
Mm.
introduced me to New York Comic Con. And
Hey.
I was like, "Ooh, that sounds expensive," and I was afraid of flying. So my
Ah,
cousin,
it's a
he,
combination. Yeah.
yeah, my cousin, he's an engineer for Amtrak, and he was like, "You know what? My station is from Virginia to NY, so I can get you there for free,
Mm.
and you can do your thing at Comic Con. Just make sure you get the job." And so,
Phew.
uh, got the money, got on the
Okay.
train, got to
Check.
New York.
Check.
uh the guy Jamal Peppers at the time was working for Archie. He the one that introduced me to the editor. The editor looked at my work, he gave me his business card, and next thing you know, he gave me a slight script, an
Okay.
old script. Told me to
Mm.
draw from that script. Did that, turned the work in, and I built and I got the job
Phew.
until IDW took over, and I had to do that whole process over again.
Again. Okay.
And
Okay.
now I'm with IDW.
No problem. Yeah, that's amazing. What a journey, though. I'm over here like I'm just trying to wrap my mind around that. But yeah, consistency definitely got you through, and you're still, as you mentioned earlier, still learning and growing. You know, the open, just being open and willing is huge.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we have a question from the Mike Tony Design, so that's going to take a high priority. So he high priority of the questions there. Shout out to Mike Tony. But yes, he does have a question. What character is most like you?
Lot.
Wow. Okay. All right. For sure. For
Yes,
sure.
lot.
All right.
With a sprinkle of Sprite, but majority of lot.
Majority
Yeah,
like.
because everybody keeps saying I look angry, all this and that, but
Tell him to
I'm lot,
relax.
but with a sprinkle of Sprite.
Right. Okay. It's a little bit of Sprite. All right. Let's go back to the stack. We are really racking up on some questions here, so we want to get a couple more in. All right. So someone asked, "How do you? Where is it? How do you handle art block? How do you handle art block?" I have my own theory, but I want to hear what your thoughts are about that.
Okay. When I have art block, I just draw like fan characters. Like, okay, if I'm like, I don't know what to draw. You know what? I'm gonna go and draw some Dragon Ball, or I'm gonna draw
Okay.
some
You
Sonic,
step
or
away.
yeah,
Step away from that. Okay.
or I just take a break and then look at a movie or play video games or something, and
Mm-hmm.
then next thing you know, something will
Right.
spark.
Right there. Okay. A few interviews back, I don't know. I was talking to another artist, of course, and that's what I said. Get in the state of enjoyment. Let your brain relax. Okay, because it's not so much a block. It's you're just kind of you're holding and clenching on to something, and you need to let it relax. Let your energy just relax. And I said
Mm-hmm.
video games. That's my method. Is like I'll just go play video games. Like I ain't even trying to. I'm not stressing over it. And then
Yeah.
something will channel, something will come through. How is it in like 30 seconds? 3 more questions are in the stack of cards. Okay, so I'm gonna see if we can get 3 more questions. Okay, it all depends on how long you want to respond to these. So let's look at the stack of questions. Oh, this is interesting here.
Mm-hmm.
How do you draw clothing so well? Okay, Brother Jones, 212. Right.
I look at a lot of photos, so a lot of references.
Okay.
Google,
Let me look at this
Pinterest,
one. clothing. So it's
Yes,
just
Google
necessarily.
and Pinterest will be your best friend.
Mm.
Or I'll look at some of the photos I have taken, or some of the photos my friends have taken,
Mm-hmm.
and incorporate it with my stuff.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Okay.
but to be real with y'all, like I'm like a go with the flow. I don't do the. I mean, sometimes I do the circle here and all that, but other than that, I just be like, just go.
Mm. Ooh.
Like I don't know. Like folks think I know it all, but no, I don't. I don't know light sources. I don't know where to put shadows at. I don't know none of that stuff. I'm just like wing it. I just wing it. I wing everything.
Oh my gosh. Really?
Yes, seriously.
How involved?
I wing it. So when folks be like, yes, winging it, because I know I made a lot of mistakes in anatomy and that, but I really just wing it.
See, but you know what? I'm gonna take it to a deeper level. But what is a mistake though? When it
I
comes to like, I look at that and I don't see mistakes. And maybe that's because this is not like my forte, So when I
mhm.
look at that, it's like, oh, I automatically respect, the whole craft, the whole arrangement, like because it's maybe it's because I don't put my focus in that area. But how do you see that? And I think that's interesting that you said that. How do you
I get
see certain things as an error? Is it just because that wasn't originally what you had in your mind and you're like, it came out differently?
sometimes that, or I know this is the artist rule, and
Ain't a look. See, you're gonna make
and
me scream. Go ahead.
and I shouldn't, and I know as an artist I shouldn't do this, is comparing your stuff to somebody else's. And
That
I do that.
is true.
I know I
That
do
is
that
true. You should
sometimes.
not.
I know I do it sometimes, and I be
Yeah.
like, darn, I messed up on this part, and I should have done it like they did it. But
Mm-mm.
I don't really follow that. I just be like, well, next time I'll do it correctly. But
Okay.
soon as I start drawing, my mind just go, put this here, put that there, mark right here, put some
Yeah,
shadow right here.
that's really quite a gift. It just almost reminds me of like freestyling, like when a rapper just
Yeah,
freestyles. It's like it just comes, it's just like a channel and it just flows and then it's just like it's done. And I'm over here like, how in the world did they come up with that? It's just in that moment. It's just the energy and you roll with it.
Oh, you ought to see me sometimes when I be drawing. Sometimes I'll go at it and then I'll stop, stand up, be looking at it, sit down and do one of these, and maybe I add this right here. How would that
You
look?
do.
Oh yeah, now that's it right there.
You do your classic pose that everyone is so familiar with.
Yeah, just standing hands on your hip like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, if I put a little shine right there, yeah, that's it right
Shiny.
there. Yeah, that's gonna get
All
like
right.
20 likes right there just because that little sparkle.
I'm done. I'm done. Okay, all right. Let's get back to the questions. I know it's piling up, y'all. Viewers, I love you, but we are gonna have to limit some of these. Someone has a pretty lengthy question here. Let me read this one. Okay. Well, here's a good comment from someone here. Okay, I'm 14 and I'm in the process of making my own manga and find it very inspirational to know that I can. And I think the rest of that was, the rest of that had something to do with that they know they can get better and they can get as good as you. So that was a compliment. Sometimes I like to share those with y'all. It's not, all questions. Some people just want you to know. You inspire people in a lot of ways.
Well,
And
I
that's good to keep
appreciate
on the
that.
forefront.
I appreciate that to the fullest.
All right, let's get to another question here. Da-da-da. I'm scrolling through these. Okay, so Alanosa says, are you a Bone Thugs and Harmony fan? If so, what is your favorite song?
Oh
Did I
my
see your
God.
shirt?
Yeah,
I see that
yeah.
shirt. It says
I
Bone.
have,
So
oh man, I have too many songs
too
to,
many.
yes, too many.
What's a
Some,
good one? What's a good one that comes to mind?
of course, the first of the month.
First of the month, right?
As a kid, I was scared of Crossroads. I
Oh,
was scared of
really?
Crossroads.
Was
Yes.
it the video? The video?
Yes.
Yeah, the video had a little. Yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah,
Very
because
scary, right?
I saw it at my aunt's house, and lo and behold, after that video went off, a bald-headed man with shades came to my aunt's door with a black jacket.
Stop.
Instantly fell on my knees and started crying. I thought he was coming after my aunt. No lie.
But what is the likelihood? That is creepy. What?
Yeah, I mean, as soon as that video ended, the knock on the door, and it was a bald-headed guy with shades on, with a black jacket. And
that is such a dramatic story.
Yeah, and he asked, "Are you such and such?" And she was like, "Yes," and I was like, "That's him! That's him! Run! That's him!"
I appreciate your honesty about how you felt at that time, because that's really weird. I would be weirded out too, for sure. But I had folks dropping some comments about some of their favorite songs, like Buddha Lovers.
Yeah, Buddha Lover, For the Love of Money.
Right?
Mo Thugs, When Thugs Cry.
All of them. There's so many. You're
right.
So
even I don't do this, but the Weed song, I love that song.
Which one?
The Weed song. I'm sure Bone Thug fans know what the Weed song is.
Oh, someone's gonna have to school me on that. I don't remember that one.
Ecstasy. That's one. Nice. Resurrection.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Thug
You're opening up all kinds of brain paths.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Oh, wow.
I used to listen to Bone Thugs a lot.
Well, I see you are. Have you ever seen them live?
No.
We did. My sister and I went to see them. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Wanted me to go to the concert, but I didn't go.
That's okay. That's all right. Well, that's what's up. Let me get back to the stack here, and let's kind of round out some of these. Okay, Lena, I saw her question in the comments earlier. What gender characters are harder for you to draw, male or female? Thank you, Lena.
Female.
Okay.
Female. I struggle so much with female because with males,
no one can tell. But
with males, you can the proportions. You can have fun. You can do whatever you want with males because the proportions it can be anything and everything. Females, you have to be specific. They have to look good. They got to be curvy. Nothing. Don't let them. It's been plenty of times I done slipped up and gave females strong jaws, and folks like, hey, look manly,
really?
Looks manly.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's females like because Ayana has a shortcut, so automatically, the one with the gold hair, she has a shortcut. So I definitely had to put a lot of courage on her, so nobody won't be like, hey, that's a man.
Some of these, I got, let me calm down because I really want to respond about some of the criticism, because it's kind of like, okay, I hear you talking, but what's it looking like on your side? Okay, have a seat before you start, maybe you need to focus on your own craft before you start coming out. Unless it's truly constructive, like, hey, and suggestive, as opposed to harsh criticism. Okay, very cool. Now, would you say it's safe? This is my plug for a question. Is it safe to say that? Is it because you identify as a male that it's just easier to draw male figures? I asked a couple artists that question, and they kind of feel it like, it's easier for females to draw females, and is that a big part of how you?
I mean, yeah, because
your own anatomy.
And plus, that's what I started drawing from the get go is male characters. Like I said, Roger Rabbit, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Dragon Ball. So let me see, drawing females. That came later in the years.
Okay.
Yeah, and now I'm really getting into it. So because I have to have female characters in my book because I want to represent everybody, not just just guys. I want to represent everybody, that's everybody.
Extremely important. So, on a larger scale, it's important, to be inclusive of other genders, yes, but being more all around, so people can actually identify if that's the direction that you want to go in. So remind me, and for those that just got on or missed it earlier, the hard copies. You're still searching for, the right,
Well, what I'm doing is once
Company
this,
or something to put it
yeah,
together?
yeah,
Because when
once
can I get
this,
one? When can I click the link in your bio and get one? That's
one,
all I really want to know.
once I get everything situated, sorted, and ready to
Okay.
go, I promise you,
Okay.
I will put it in the link, and everybody can get their copy and everything else that comes with
I
it.
I will be ready. I will be I
Pinky
wouldn't say I'd be
swear,
the first
Scouts
one in
honors.
line, but the way some of your followers are, I'm sure they'll beat me to the draw. So, but yeah, I would definitely love to support. I really do enjoy your work. So yeah, that's a big one for me too. All right, so viewers, thank you so much for your questions, y'all. I'm so sorry. We definitely have to move on. We have a little more to this interview, but if Mr. Dramatic is open, perhaps you can communicate your questions with him sometime, if you do have any more questions. So hopefully he'll be open to that. So let's move forward. Now
Okay.
it is reverse roles. So I'm asking if you have any questions for me.
Um, are you originally from Richmond or?
No, I'm not. I was raised, the biggest chunk of my life was in Tennessee.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, yes. And I'm relatively new here. I've been here for a couple of years.
Okay. All right. Um,
I love it.
what made you want to come to Richmond?
Family.
Okay.
I have traveled for putting the career on the
Hmm.
forefront. Okay, so because currently I'm an instructor, I'm a teacher,
Okay.
but my career path my career path before was management. So I was focusing on moving up the corporate ladder,
Hmm.
and all the while it's just so amazing to me because when you have a deep-seated passion, it just stays with you. It doesn't matter what you're doing. So even though I was putting a lot of energy and focus to climbing the corporate ladder, I would still be thinking about what I would love to do creatively, what
Okay.
I'd love to do creatively. So, as an instructor, which it's, I miss my students, and my students would be adults. I have adults that I educate. But I do miss that classroom environment because I really exercise my creativity there. I love it. Love, love, love what I do. I have a great time. And rewinding to answer your question about family, this was the career move that I made with family on the forefront instead of just focusing on promotions, things like that. So I have, got my sister, I have cousins, aunts. It's beautiful. I love it here. So
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Well, it probably won't be a Comic-Con this year, the way things are looking.
I know, right?
Because I was gonna
Why?
ask,
What were you wondering about Comic-Con?
yeah, because I was gonna ask, are you going to be attending New York Comic-Con this year?
Oh, well, you know what? Okay, like you said, I don't think there's gonna be one. I think
Yeah, that's why I
I
was
went to
like,
the
it's probably
site,
ain't gonna be one.
but I'll tell you, I went to, of course, the Galaxy Con in Richmond.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and I met so many artists, and I
Mhm.
met artists that already knew who I was. That was so awesome, just meeting them and just talking to them. I would love to actually set up a booth of some sort at any convention and really just get into it. I love it. It was just such a good time. But yeah, if there was one in New York, that sounds amazing. I'd love to attend that. And well, I dressed up. I don't know if you realize that, but I did dress up as the
Electra.
Marvel Electra. Right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
saw
Okay,
that.
we gotta
Yeah,
share that. Oh yeah. But okay, are those the only questions you have? Which is cool. I just
yeah,
want to. Okay, cool. All right. Well, thank you. For
no
asking
problem.
those questions. I don't mind getting interviewed every now and then. I don't mind it. But we're gonna play a word game. We're gonna round it
Okay.
out and have a relaxed word game. Now this word game is different than the other games before. I like to experiment and ask you, something different. I don't always like to do the same thing. I had a word game before, and I think some of the interviewees were, preparing for their, word game. So they were already ready. They already knew what it's about. So I was like, I gotta switch it up a little bit with y'all.
Okay.
So what we are going to play to round out this interview
Mhm.
is a game called That Makes Sense. Okay. Sense is a play on the word, that not typically makes sense, but scent. Okay. The smell of something. Okay.
Okay.
So give you some locations, and you have to tell me what the scent is. What does it smell like? Okay, there.
I'll try.
All right, are you? You look worried. It's not. Trust me, I don't put anything together to like embarrass anybody, unless they just embarrass themselves. Like, look, my disclaimer. All right. So
okay.
Here we go. What does your kitchen smell like? What does your kitchen smell like, Lamar, aka Mr. Dramatic?
It smells like Cajun seasoning and lemon pepper.
Oh, snap. Okay, wait, what's going on?
Well,
you could?
No. See, I'm at my mom's house for the night.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
cool.
and
that sounds amazing.
She felt like putting something together, so.
All right, well, I'm salivating just thinking about it. That sounds amazing. Okay, so next, what does your car smell like? What does your car smell like?
What is it? Black ice. The air freshener, black ice.
I know. And I can't believe that I just immediately, I was like, black ice? Oh, yeah, I know what that is. Okay. All right. What does your closet smell like? What does your closet smell like?
Foot Locker and H&M.
Okay. Okay, all right. I'm with it. What does your fridge smell like? What does your fridge smell like?
Oh, man, a combination of everything. A combination of Food Lion, Kroger, Publix, Sam's Club.
Do you have a lot of produce in there?
Like.
Oh, okay.
We got more vegetables.
Like a produce aisle.
Yes, it does. Like, we got more green than anything. So.
Okay. All right, I'm with it.
As long as you don't ask what the bathroom smell like, you straight.
Okay, no, we're not. That's not a part of it. All right, only have now. The ones coming up are a little bit of some irony involved. Okay, because you don't know the scents, so I want you to just respond and tell me what you think these things smell like. Okay.
Okay.
Who is your favorite singer? Who's your favorite singer?
Man.
Female singer who stands out.
I really don't have one.
Oh, not a female singer?
No.
Any females at all?
I have,
women at all.
Alicia Keys.
Okay, we'll stop right there. What does Alicia Keys smell like? You meet Alicia Keys. Earth.
She seems like she smells like earth.
I agree. Natural oils of
the earth.
Everything from the earth.
Yeah.
She is very grounded. I will say that too. Okay. Attach a scent to Instagram. What does Instagram smell like to you? Be creative. What does Instagram smell like? It has a scent. So what is the scent of Instagram? Wow, you are really.
That's a hard one.
You are really digging. The scent of Instagram would be what? Is it pleasant? Is it a pleasant scent? Is it floral?
No, it's far from floral.
Okay, it's far from floral. I think people are trying to answer for you because they don't want you to get caught in a moment.
Yeah. Can we say miscellaneous? It's a miscellaneous smell.
Okay.
It's like a.
Brother Jones said it smells like bots.
Hey, if you can make a face of what Instagram smell like, you probably like, maybe, I don't know. That's probably what Instagram smells like until you get to the end. Probably like, you know what? I don't want to smell it again. I don't. So I'll say it smells like that.
Recent artist says it smells bitter. Oh my goodness.
I believe it. I believe it.
Okay, all right. And I have one more for you now that I can barely see because I've been crying so much. All right, so and lastly, what does Mr. Dramatic's artwork smell like? Attach a scent to your work, your artwork.
It smells like a reminder because everybody keeps saying my art reminds them of something. So I said it smells like a
Okay.
reminder.
Okay, I'm with that. You're deep too, I see. Okay, deep thinker. I'm with it. All right, y'all. Now that I can barely function here because I've been crying so much. All right, so let's go back to those shout outs that you want to give. Any shout outs right here, right now?
Okay. Shout out to, like I said, Mike Tony Design, C Night,
Yes.
Obi Games, Super Mega
Yes.
Dopey Dope, J
All right
Tunes.
now.
Oh, End of Mars.
End of Days on Mars.
Yeah, definitely
Him
him.
too. Everybody is. Both of y'all are high on the list of requests. I will say
Yeah,
that.
yeah. He
Big
is,
shouts to him.
man. He is something else, man.
And I want to add that people are saying your work smells like fire. Okay, like, okay, because it's straight fire. People are dropping all the emojis and everything. So let the people tell it. Let the people tell it.
Hey, I appreciate the people for saying that, because I said it smelled like a reminder.
Okay, yeah, most definitely. But yeah, we give much credit to you. So thank you so much for being on this interview, Lamar. I truly appreciate it.
Oh, it's been a blast.
Trust me, that appreciation is coming from so many people too. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, stay creative. We are looking forward to more on Lock. Okay, I'm pretty hype about that. I'm ready to get my copy like now. But you take your time, wink. Take your time and putting all that together. So shout out to our viewers. Thanks so much, y'all. Love y'all.
Thank you, everybody.
Again, be sure to go to my page, subscribe. The link is in the bio. Subscribe on YouTube so you can see this full interview, y'all. Okay? Stop asking me where's the rest of the interview. Okay. IGTV only got 15 minutes. Okay? I gotta tell y'all every time. All right, that's all good because I do appreciate you. RTA stands for respect the artists, y'all. Okay? DreamAloud and peace from here to the far east. All right, Lamar, I'm gonna close out on this side and I'll be messaging you later. Okay?
All right. Thank you very much, and thank you, everybody.
Yes, take care. We look forward to more.
Okay.
All right.
Appreciate you. Bye.
Take care. All right, y'all. I hope you were engaged for that amazing interview with Mr. Drawmatic. Man, that was like heavily anticipated. I mean, heavily. So shout out to Mr. Drawmatic again. Make sure you follow him. If you share his work, credit him and support him on his movement. He's got chapter 2 of Lock coming out. And if you missed chapter 1, click the link in his bio so you can cop it. It's $4.99, y'all. Support the artist. Again, when you support other artists, you're supporting your own movement. You're supporting your own community. All right. So it's about uplifting our community. Come on, y'all. So again, RTA stands for respect the artist. Right? Hello, because that's exactly what we do. DreamAloud, peace from here to the far east. And I'll see y'all on another live.